You ever pull up to a pond, the wind's blowing 15 miles per hour, waves crashing on the bank, and you're thinking to yourself, today is really gonna suck? Well, I'm here to tell you that wind might be the best thing that happened all day long on that pond, because wind doesn't shut down bass. Wind creates opportunity. Today I'm going to explain to you why bass love wind, where they position, and how wind changes bass behavior, and how to choose the right lure in pressured public ponds when it is windy. Welcome to Public Pond Science. Yes, sir. Some biggins all day long, son. Let's just get started. It ruins your casts. Most anglers hate wind, and let's be honest, I understand. Wind can be annoying. It affects your cast. It affects the line on the water. It's hard to feel. Makes finesse. We all love finesse. Makes finesse harder. Makes it difficult to feel the bites. And most anglers do one of two things. They pack up their bag, pack up their stuff, and head back home. Or they go to the calm section of the pond because it's easier. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's not what you want to do. That is one thing you do not want to do. You don't want to do either one of them. You don't want to pack up your stuff and go home, and you don't want to fish the calm sections of the pond. Because bass don't hate wind. It actually creates opportunity. Bass don't hate the wind. They actually love what the wind does. The wind does 4 things for bass. We're going to break it down. But before we get started into that, if you're new to the channel or you enjoy the content, go check out the membership down below. Join the family. Become part of the family of Getting It Done Fishing. The membership is down below. What wind actually does, it does 4 things. And the first thing, it pushes bait fish. First, it pushes bait fish. You know, bluegill, shad, small bait fish. It pushes it to that side of that bank. And where the bait fish are, the bass are. So when you're fishing and you decide to fish that calm section of the pond, you're missing everything. Because there is no bait fish. They're all pushed up on the other side. And you're fishing empty water. Remember, we're fishing with purpose. And when you're fishing with purpose, you have to know that we have to be fishing where the wind is blowing. Bass will always follow bait fish. Second one, the wind breaks up light penetration. Bass don't like light. That's why they love heavy cover. It's an ambush. But when you get that wind, the light penetration can't hit the water, they feel more comfortable. When they feel more comfortable, they get less finicky. And when they get less finicky, they become more aggressive. And they're willing to roam. And they're willing to chase more. I just did a video about that. You know, in high pressure public ponds, bass don't like to chase. But when you get that wind, when they start to feel just even a little bit more comfortable, they'll chase a little bit more. And that strike zone, we just talked about strike zone. A strike zone opens up a little bit more. In pressured public ponds, when we get a little bit bigger strike zone, that's money. That's catching biggins, son, all day long. Wind creates oxygen in the water. Moving water creates oxygen. And oxygen means what? More activity, more roaming, bigger strike zone. And they're looking to feed. And that's what we're after. That's why you have to fish windy days. I love fishing windy days. I love fishing. When I see that wind blowing, I get jacked. I mean, I get really super jacked. I'm ready to go. And again, we're not fishing calm sections of the pond. I know it could be annoying by casting. Fishing those windy banks is the key to pressure public ponds. This gets it done. Fourth one, wind creates chaos. And chaos creates mistakes. Bait fish make mistakes. Bluegills make mistakes. Shad make mistakes, and bass will take advantage. Where do bass position in windy days? This is where most anglers mess up. Most anglers fish away from the wind. I do the opposite. I fish into the wind because bass position themselves on wind-blown banks, points, grass ledges, cattails. If you get the wind pushing and you have cattails, they'll be in that cattails ambushing. Again, it's pushing those bait fish up. It's breaking up that light. It's a great ambush. They feel more comfortable. That strike zone opens up. Any type of structure, vegetation, and that wind's blowing up against it, I guarantee you there's biggins in there. Guarantee you all day long. Remember this one thing, wind concentrates food. Food for bass. That wind's blowing. They're pushing everything up. Even if you don't have vegetation or you don't have cattails, lily pads, grass lines, and it's just pushing up against the bank, those bass will be pushed. I mean, they'll be pushed super tight up against that bank, and they'll just be chasing. It's easy eats. We always talk about easy eats. It's easy eats for them. They'll position themselves on that bank, ledges, edges, and they're ready to eat, and they're ready to attack. The next section, the biggest mistake anglers make. The biggest mistake, fishing too fast. I know this is, I'm breaking everything that we've all learned. Wind is power fishing. Not me. Not in pressured public ponds. Slow rolling a chatterbait. This may sound crazy, but even fishing weightless in the wind is money, son. And the one thing that I'll tell you that has been key for me fishing in the wind weightless is split shot. Put a little split shot on there. It's going to help you with casting. It's going to keep that bait in the strike zone longer. The wind's not going to be able to push it, and you still get that natural fall. A swim jig, a Ned rig. I love a swim jig. You know, swim jig is because you could get that erratic motion, especially in the wind, against wind-blown banks, vegetation. Swim jig is awesome. Can't go wrong with a swim jig. But the key to whatever you're using the wind is ultimately still slowing it down. You don't want to overwork lures. You don't want to overwork a section. Wind gives bass confidence, but pressured bass still need time. Remember that. No matter what condition you're fishing, pressured bass still need time. Wind doesn't change that at all. It just opens up that strike zone a little bit bigger. My favorite lures to use in the wind is a chatterbait. Slow rolling that chatterbait. Again, if that wind's blowing against banks, against cattails, lily pads, slow rolling that chatterbait is magical. And you can use crankbait, lipless crankbaits, even weightless with a split shot, a Texas rig, a swim jig. It really opens up, wind really opens up your lure selection to where you could actually fish a lot of different lures. But the key to it all is slowing it down, keeping it in the strike zone, and fishing those windy, wherever the wind is blowing. That is the key. I'm telling you, don't be afraid. I know I've been there. It's hard to cast into the wind, but wind will create opportunities. Bass become, confident. You got to fish where the wind is blowing. Moderate wind, slight wind, I'm going weightless, a free rig. I'm adding that split shot. Moderate wind, I'm going with a swim jig, a small chatterbait, and I'm slow rolling it. Heavy wind, I'm still going with that chatterbait. I'm still slow rolling that chatterbait. I do like to throw that chatterbait. I keep on talking about chatterbaits, but even a swim jig, a crankbait, something with a little bit of weight, especially if I'm fishing deep and I need to get it out there. Half ounce swim jig, half ounce chatterbait, even a swim bait. Again, your options, you have a wider selection of lures when it's windy. I might even throw a spinner bait out there in heavy wind, but I'm still fishing slow. Remember, I'm still fishing slow. We're never burning lures, no matter what the condition is, even if it's windy. Again, I know where everybody says wind equals power fishing. I'm telling you, we have to slow it down. The biggest lesson when it comes to wind is this. Wind doesn't make bass feed. Wind creates opportunity. And bass take advantage of that. Anglers who understand that don't avoid the wind, and they start fishing it. The key to wind and fishing wind, add a little bit of weight. Keep it in the strike zone. That strike zone is going to open up. Fish the windy banks. I've been in situations where the wind is blowing probably 20 miles per hour, 25 miles per hour. And you get those little waves. And it was cold. It's been cold sometimes. And that cold wind's blowing. But I guarantee you, if you could stick it out and you could fish those windy banks and where the wind is where the wind is pushing, you're going to have great success. Don't fish the calm sections because it's easier. You're fishing empty water. And when you're fishing empty water, you're going to walk away disappointed. That's public pond science. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Special shout out to my members. Always getting it done. Always catching biggins. Yes, sir. Biggins all day long, son. Yes, sir. I greatly appreciate all support. Thank you for joining the family. If you're not part of the family, go check the link down below. It's right there. It's actually right there. Just hit join, become part of the family. Greatly appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. Got some biggins all day long, son. Yes, sir. All right, my name is Greg, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Getting It Done Fishing. Yes, sir.